We are here today to announce that the Justice Department has secured felony guilty pleas from the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange, Binance.
Actually, it's Binance.
Binance.
Binance. Largest virtual.
Binance.
Binance. And let me be clear. It's Binance.
Binance.
Binance. Council has discussed crypto regulations and legislations at length, and we have come to the conclusion that instead of regulating, we are going to ape a fat bag each into laptop and pump it to over $1,300,000,000,000,000,000,000,000 market cap. Let's fucking go, crackheads.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Crypto Morning Coffee. I got my coffee locked and loaded, ready to go, because we have to talk about recession. And I think it's a very important topic, because if we drop into recession, then it could shake up the markets. And there's something happening today or in these days that is very decisive on whether we are going to see a recession announced now or not. And we're going to talk a little bit about it. And also we are going to see how the crypto market is doing today, how the altcoins are doing, look at one or the other altcoin. And as always, we're going to look at Ecomi and Veve a little bit as well. So make sure to stay tuned and put your questions in the chat. So, good morning to each and every one of you guys. It's Friday in the morning, very early. We are very early, as is always being said, because it's only 7:20 a.m. And I see a couple of people already. So Jasper is here, Booth is here again, and Trucking Hank is also here. GM to each and every one of you guys. Make sure to smash up the like button right now for this stream. Please smash up the like button. Subscribe to the channel and notifications on if you haven't yet. You see very slowly this number here on the bottom of this video is going up, which is good for me and for us, right? But it's going up very slowly, which also means that most people are not interested at the moment in crypto. It's the same for everyone, no matter where we are with our YouTube journey, right? But what is important is this number. Look at that, like everywhere around me with all these nice little icons here, we have the rare hodlers, and with the latest one, Mr. V with the number 42. So we have 7 more sub 50 mints. Sorry, we have 7 more sub 50 mints. So if you want to support this channel on a monthly basis, then you can become a channel member, thereby becoming a rare hodler, thereby getting access to the Telegram group. And also you would support this channel, keep this channel ad free in the sense of not forging any partnerships with like stupid altcoin projects and stupid rug pull exchanges and whatnot, which is the other way to finance a little bit the tools and what is going on this channel. But with that, enough rambling about this, enough self-advertisement. Let's jump right into the market. So today I have something very interesting, as I said before. But first of all, we are here in the 4-hourly chart, and we have absolutely seen nothing. We have been at this, like yesterday I was not online, and as you can see, no harm done because nothing happened in the last day. We are at the same price as we were on August the 8th of August. So this is almost a month ago, right? This is almost a month of range bound sideways, nothing happened. We have been at this price here quickly and swiftly as well. We have been under this price on the 5th of August, we have been at the same price again at the 8th of July. By the way, funny enough, again, the 8th and the 8th, right? And also, again, at the same price at the 5th of July, right? So, yeah, and basically, even if we look back here, we have been more or less at this price in May as well. Crazy, right? So, nothing happened since May. And if we look at the daily, I mean, you see the range, really how it is. If we turn on the lines, the very many lines, we can see that we are still in the same pattern here, like a big bull flag. And as long as this bull flag is active, we're going to keep looking at it as a bull flag, no matter what we are seeing unfold in the macro, which we're coming to in a second. By the way, I think we can delete this now. We have just marked the 5th of September because one of the commentators on this channel called Health Wealth Gurus was proclaiming, you can see it here, remember the 5th of September, a date marked in history that changes the history of the crypto cycles forever. The reset of all resets is coming and hodlers won't see the light until 2030 and beyond. Well, I think he's a little bit, maybe he was a little bit too early here with his crash prophecy, because yesterday absolutely nothing happened. There wasn't even economic numbers, but it is what it is, right? So we have also marked this here in the chart. We will leave it up here what he said. Every time you do some crazy predictions, either here in the live chat or in my comments, I will look at them, I will put them in, I will take them seriously, which is also why we are going to look at the yield curve today. But they will also be monitored and seen as if we are validated or invalidated, right? But what is important is today we are getting very, very important numbers, because today we get non-farm payrolls and unemployment rate. And this is important because Friday's job report for August is going to be huge. Here's what to expect. Okay, so let's look at this quickly. Wall Street is gearing up for one of the most important economic releases of the year. It's today, 2:30 p.m. in European time. In the US, that would be in the morning, I think, somewhere in the morning, like depending on where in the US you are because of the time zones. The consensus is for the non-farm payrolls report to show growth of 161,000 for August and a slight decline in unemployment rate to 4.2%. Markets are certain the Fed will start lowering interest rates in a couple of weeks, with the possibility of a jumbo cut depending on what Friday's report shows. So as we can see, the report today will influence the way that maybe the Fed will be cutting. So here, this is something, by the way, that as a content creator I hate. If you have an article, you have like the summary, and then in the first paragraph you have the same summary again. But anyways, we had this recent massive downward revision in the previous counts, right? Which adds to the view on the labor market, right? So basically they had false data by almost off 1 million until a couple of weeks ago, when they actually corrected it and revised it down of 800,000 or so. But and then also here a couple of voices: the labor market has cooled faster than we originally had been told, so that's what's calling Friday's report into question, said Giacomo Santangelo, economist at jobs search site Monster. What the Fed is going to do in response, how they're going to adjust rates, that's why we are having this conversation. Okay, so you see the importance is like the job numbers is not about, hey, how many people will be out of job and whatever. It's about the Fed's reaction to it. And we can see the Fed reaction, the expected Fed reaction here in 12 days and 12 hours is almost 50-50 now. So the jumbo cut would be this 50 basis points and excuse me, and 25 basis points is on only 57%, as you can see here. There you go. Now you can see it. So for this, on the 18th of September, this is basically priced in. And I think these are the 2 dates. So today and the 18th of September are the 2 dates that are going to shake up the market today, because a lot of this will be priced in, and then when it actually comes, what Jerome Powell says in the minutes or in the press conference around it. So that is important. Yeah, overall, what is happening at the same time is that the US debt is completely spiraling out of control, right? You see this interest expense on the US federal debt is now at a record $3 billion per day. So that means every day that these interest rates don't come down, the interest rate is going to be it's very early. Let's have a sip of coffee. But it's going to go beyond 3 billion per day. So it's also increasing. And the interest rate being high is going to just steepen this curve. This is triple the amount paid 10 years ago and has doubled in just 2.5 years. So that is definitely, that means the money printer has to print at least 3 billion per day so that the US doesn't have to default on their debt. 3 billion per day added to global liquidity at least, if the rates were zero. But it's more, because obviously the rates are not going to zero in the next rate cut, unless the jumbo cut is so heavy, but that would completely, I think, destroy the markets if that would happen. So, meaning today's annual interest cost on the federal debt is reaching a whopping 1.1 trillion in Q2 2024. So this is what actually needs to be solved. Yeah, it's a debt problem. By the way, 22 people here at these markets in the morning. So make sure to smash up the like button, please, everyone. Just take this second out of your day. Even if I know it's early, it's a freaking Friday, but it's early. But don't be lazy. Give me that like, please. Debt crisis is an understatement. That is very true. And what is now the message or the FUD of the day, I would say, is this, right? So the 10-year treasury yield spread is looking at an uninversion. At an uninversion. So it was inverted for 790 days, and people usually, uninversion of the rate is a precursor to a recession. The longer this takes, the harder the recession, right? So because I also had to look up the 10-year treasury yield and what it says, right? So I haven't known this before, so don't fret. I just read it here for you. The 10-2 treasury yield spread is the difference between the 10-year treasury rate and the 2-year treasury rate. A 10-2 treasury spread that approaches zero signifies a flattening yield curve. A negative 10-2 yield spread has historically been viewed as a precursor to a recessionary period, which is all of this here since July 5, 2022. All of this is the negative 10-2 treasury spread. Is a precursor, reading once again, is a precursor to a recessionary period. A negative 10-2 spread has predicted every recession from 1955 to 2018, but has occurred 6 to 24 months before the recession occurring, and is thus seen as a far leading indicator. So now it's a little bit weird, because this is a very long time, like 790 days. So the entry into the negative zone is already beyond the 6 to 24 months, right? It's already beyond that. So the real point to look at is the uninversion, and if it's actually uninverting. So here we can only see 5 years, but the good thing is that the rare hodlers have sponsored the rare hodlers have sponsored the premium version of TradingView, which allows me now to show you and this is what you see on the screen as well, the 10-2 treasury yield curve here for you guys. So what do we see? It has been negative, or it has been entered in this negative phase the first time since 2005 and 6. Then we didn't have this for a long time, and then we had it very briefly again at COVID crash. And now we have this inversion again, and now it's about to uninvert. That's where we are, right? If you look here, we're about to uninvert. So this is what people are fearful of. And I will show you in the chart why they are fearful of, because there's good reason to be fearful of. But also, look at all these. Like, it doesn't happen too often, this inversion and the uninversion and the phases, right? So, now let's look at the impact of this. So we never had Bitcoin when it uninverted except one time, and that was here when it was briefly low, right? And it was so small that maybe it can't really count, but we had a super small recession in this, and after that, a couple of months after that, we had our crash. And I think that maybe it's signaling a crash that follows our bull market. But we will see, right? We will see. So also look at this here. We had here we have our uninversion, and after that we are looking at the S&P 500, by the way. And after that we had a 57% crash in the S&P 500. After it uninverted, right? So now we have this indicator here, and also here we see it again. The inversion happens, and then it uninverts, and the moment it uninverts, huge crash in like this, the dot-com bubble crash, huge crash, 50% down. And then the next point, let's look at it as well. And by the way, the red markers, they are from another indicator this is when the Fed rate cut happens. This is the Fed rate cut. So it's at the same time. Another indicator here also, the inversion happens, and here it uninverts, and we have a crash, but it's not very severe. Actually, it's 22%. So it has the potential to send us down quite nicely. Troy Paris says, it's crazy to think, even with COVID, last time we still had a crazy bull run. Last time, even if some thought it was not enough. Hey PH and everyone. Hey Troy Paris, good to have you here. Also, Let's Go Trump says Booth. Omega like, and Brian also liked it. Thank you very much for that. So now let's look a little bit more, because this is not enough. As Troy Paris says, it's also crazy that when we had this C crisis crash, that we just went on bull and rallying, right? So definitely the real crisis has been stymied away and pushed away. But we also have to see one thing. If we're looking at the previous inversion, uninversion a little bit more. Sorry, that is the wrong one to open. Then we can see one thing. Here we have an inversion, and it uninverts, but it kind of brings a whipsaw pattern to it. I don't know, do I have in the pro version now some cool tools like circles or something like that? I think there were things like that before, but here, right? So here we have a spike, but it comes back into from the year perspective, and it uninverts again, right? And the uninversion here, so this uninversion here, uninverting is when it comes from negative to positive, and an inversion again from positive to negative. Look at the impact, right? We are uninverting, but we also need to be sure. So yes, we had a little downturn, but then we had another bull run of 455 days in the S&P. So this is crucial to see, because it's not the first time in the S&P that this happens, that this pattern happens. Here also it happened. Look at the curve here, and see the whipsaw. Let me get this. Okay, here, and also here, right? So here we have this again. So it negatives, it comes out, everyone like, oh my god, recession, bam, it comes back, it uninverts back again. And actually it wasn't yet the real recession, right? The definite uninversion. So here we also see that the market just keeps going up with this, right? Even with the real uninversion, the market keeps just going up. So it's not guaranteed that this happens, right? So we need to be very careful, because there are no finite conclusions in this. Troy Paris with the $20 donation, Friday Fun Day. Thank you very much for that one. That is awesome. Very happy about this Friday Fun Day. $20, very demure, says Booth. By the way, now I have to look it up, because I demure Deutsch. Demure in German. What does it mean? It says like something to be what the heck? I mean, it's a funny word, I guess, right? Demure. Very very behaving or something like that, very introverted, very, I don't know. It's funny though, Booth. PogChamp, yeah, absolutely. By the way, if you're a rare hodler, you really have the PogChamp icon here to spam in the chat, by the way. Just saying. But that is, so this is, you will see, if you go to Twitter today, you will see this the FUD around the uninversion, right? And that the uninversion signals the recession. But what if our uninversion over the next couple of weeks goes like we had it, like this, and comes back and forms another range, right, in the negative? What if? Because then everyone sold on this, but the chart just keeps going, right? So this could be happening. Also, from a trend perspective, we have to see that on a monthly basis, the S&P, it already had its correction, right? It already had its massive correction. It had a 26% downturn already here in the middle of this, and basically it's forming, definitely, even if we correct now again, that's a series of higher high and higher lows. Like it is in an uptrend, and there is no signal at the moment to say that we come down, right? I mean, this is an uptrend. I mean, that also, this trend-based analysis also shows us, yes, of course there could be a recession and so on, but what we really see is, and as I always say, is that we have a massive expansion of global liquidity, right? And that is one thing that is the most important, right? So I still think, as long as these signals are showing bull run, and it's not confirmed here with the uninversion. By the way, here we see the rate cut also, right? The rate cut that technically should lead to a massive crash. It can still happen, right? Here we see it: rate cut, crash, rate cut, crash, rate cut, crash, right? So rate cut coming now, 12 days, 14 days, there could be a flash crash like here. But also you see rate cut, rate cut, rate cut, rate cut, months on end on bull before the crash, right? So the crash is not induced by the rate cut necessarily. Let's see. Very nice. Troy Paris says November 5th will be the signal. Yeah, exactly. November 5th, not 5th of September. November 5th is the signal. So there are a couple of things that will shake up volatility in the market, as I said before, like today's jobless claims could shake up the market. Then the 18th of September, rate cuts could shake up the market. And then the elections are the signal. And Q4, as you all know, is the most bullish for Bitcoin, for Bitcoin in Bitcoin's existence. Let's look at the Bitcoin here without all the lines. I mean, it's getting out of hand with the lines, right? But as long as we are in this, and this is really what we're looking at, right? So we still have this bull flag on the monthly, this bull flag on top of the previous highs as a continuation. Like if you draw a box here, you see like we're in this, saying we shouldn't lose this support. Of course, it wouldn't be good. And also, it's time for us to rally because there are some more warning signs, right? At the moment, it's time for us to rally because here, as you can see here, the TSI is starting to come together, right? So we can still close the September in a slight negative and then rally. But if this TSI flips in the next months, then we have a problem. And also, what we really need, what we really want, is a bull cross, a bullish cross on the stochastic RSI, right? And at the moment, and everyone, if you're subscribed to this channel, if you're following this channel, you know that we have been warning about this since a long time, that this marks a longer time of exhaustion here. This needs to do the same as here, right? It needs to come, we are coming to this level in the next 2 months, and it needs to flip bullish. And also, as you see, here is a fake out. So also here we need to wait for confirmation. So it's really getting time. It's really time for Bitcoin, for Bitcoin's indicators to flip in a bullish manner, right? And if you see now, it's cool. Like thanks to the rare hodlers, I can line this all up. We will have rate cuts. We need to avoid this TSI. This needs to flip bullish, and this needs to invert again. This would be the perfect storm, right? The worst case scenario is this just continues down. This cross is bearish. The rate cuts are what they are, and this goes on a rally. That would be the worst case scenario, because then we just end our bull market prematurely. But I don't think this is going to happen because of one specific thing that we are always talking about, and that is global liquidity. The global liquidity signal, maybe we also can, I don't know how many of these I can open, but global liquidity index, maybe we can do this. I don't know where this, oh, there you go. Like here's the global liquidity index. Maybe that's it. Yep. Yeah, here you see it, like global liquidity. Let's get rid of, actually I can't, yeah, here we go. Also, what was that? What did I unmark here? Okay. New drawings not synchronized. I want them to synchronize. Here you see it. So global liquidity goes, like the global liquidity index breaks higher, and that is coinciding with bull run, right? And you see this here, like global liquidity goes up, Bitcoin goes up, right? So what we need is, and maybe we need to also, if you just look at this, something like a trend line in this global liquidity here. If we break this and the global liquidity goes hard, I think this is the moment where the turnaround will be, right? And another one that I want to show you that is also looking more bullishly. Let's get rid of, what do we get rid of? Let's get rid of, actually I will see if I can add another one. I'm really going to go nuts on this. No, I can't. Now it's overplayed. Let's get rid of the stochastic RSI and put our normal RSI in. So there's something very interesting on the monthly RSI. Actually on the weekly, I think it's better to see on the weekly. Also, let's get rid of global liquidity and of the lines. There we go. RSI on the weekly here. So basically, actually let's bring the RSI up. Basically, you have, let's straighten it more out so we can really see it. I wish this didn't have this this yellow line here. Maybe there's another RSI, but basically you have this trend line. You see this? Basically, I mean, it's not super clean drawn right now, but you get where I'm going with this. So the RSI, the trend line, has enough touch points to really have this trend right here, all of that. And we are looking to this coming up and breaking this trend at some point. This would be crucial, right? And also, usually you don't want to have the RSI fall under this level because everything under 40, I mean 40 would be a little bit more. Some people say 50, like everything under 50 is like not bull market anymore. That would be bad because we're at 46. But I learned it this way: everything under 40 is out of bull market territory. So what we could see is something like this, like we try to break this, at some point we peak, retest, bam, right? The RSI going, also showing us where our hurdle is to really go crazy with Bitcoin. So I think it all comes down to all of these signals, like global liquidity. It really is going to be decided in these 2 months, September, October, 5th of November. And then it should be on. And then you should have like this. October, I think we should have it like this. We see some positive signs in October. So we have October, and then we have Pumpvember, and then we have the Santa rally, right? And all of that together like gives us a real deal, right? So Trucking Access Best Analyst on YouTube, thank you very much. Same Michael at minimum. What did Michael say? Michael says, I'm gonna need a 10x on my portfolio or my wife is going to stab me to death while I sleep. Oh my god, okay, so listen, that means a recession would be more dangerous than I thought. Also, you might want to get a Kevlar for your sleep. Like when you sleep with a Kevlar vest, like Kevlar vest, and then maybe a helmet, right? So your head is protected, like a helmet for motorcycle with a glass, anti-stab glass. Also, you might want to put a no knife zone. We have the no knife zone is very famous in Germany now. No knife zone in your room also, right? Maybe for your wife, like only toothpicks allowed. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you want to just prepare, but I think the Pumpvember, the October, the Pumpvember, and the Santa rally may save you, because even if everything goes on like uninversion, recession, and so on, I think there are a couple of more months bull left into it. And the crash is not imminent. Yeah, also Booth says, time to sell your wife to buy more crypto. That guys, don't. This is getting out of control. Wouldn't be the first time someone was illegally sold online for crypto. Yeah, maybe. Also, some people start with the kidneys first and stuff like that, because sometimes I heard there must be indicators also, Bitcoin versus kidney and so on. That is also a possibility, right? But also, what is usually pointing at some time a reversal is this: the extreme, like the fear and greed index is at extreme fear, and now it's even lower than we had it before. I think we didn't go lower than 25 or something like that, but now we're at 22. So there is really extreme fear, and usually when everyone is fearful, that is where the whales are buying. But also we see not even the whales, like at some point the whales are also lost some confidence apparently. You see here Fidelity sold, and it's not Fidelity, it's the investors in Fidelity, sold 5,600 Bitcoin since the start of this week. So this week was really driven by outflows of the ETFs. Now, the funny thing is that the price didn't really move. Like, it came down from 58 to 56 on 5,600 Bitcoin emitted into the market, but it really didn't move the price. So this outflow got apparently absorbed by other market players, either by other ETFs or by whoever is buying the dip, like you degenerates maybe or so, right? But yeah, that is it. So I think this is genuinely a good sign, because it shows the market is still strong. Like a 5,600 outflow in our previous bear market would have crashed the price probably. But right now, I think there's still strength in the market left over. Also, let's look at this quickly. This is Bitcoin dominance. You remember this. We haven't looked at it since a couple of days, and this is on the weekly. So I know a lot of circles and lines, but what does it mean? Bitcoin is still in Bitcoin season, guys. I'm preaching this since, I don't know, since years, right? March 23 or something like that, somewhere when we broke out here, painted this yellow line. I'm preaching this, you remember, we went through all this like ascending triangle, had a breakout target here. Now we're almost there to reach it. We are actually, and this is very funny because you know that these lines, they are drawn in since a long time. We're now hovering at this line as expected. At the moment, we're as expected. And the expectation is that we are going sideways on this Bitcoin dominance. Also, when Bitcoin pumps, and the whole market moves with it, and altcoins are more or less keeping track of Bitcoin, like huge pump, maybe quick wick out of this in Bitcoin dominance, and then the altcoins going with it, and then at some point when Bitcoin loses steam, somewhere maybe in the end of the year or something like that, we're going to start losing dominance, and maybe and then we are going to get the alt season, right? So everything that we have seen so far for alts, it's not altcoin season, it's Bitcoin season, and it keeps on being Bitcoin season until we see a quick and decisive move that shatters the support lines, right? And then we will call altcoin season, and then we will have a party. We hope that Michael Cimino is going to survive until then with his anti-knife protection plan. But it could be. Michael Cimino says bikinis and martinis this time next year. Wife-changing wealth is the goal. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, some people just need the wife-changing goals. Yeah, we don't know. Maybe you want to cut out some small monies to give her flowers. Then you can delay your fate. But yeah, so I heard flowers help. Going for a nice dinner helps. Like distracting moves. You know, there's these like decoy moves. There's these decoy moves that you can do. Also, like some nice jewelry or something like that. Like the cheaper ones, because the rest is in crypto, right? So you see here, right? The rare hodlers and the whole fam is giving the free tips how it's done to survive. I mean, you also see I have money in crypto. I also survived until now. Very good. Trucking Hank says, I'm keeping my wife. Trucking Hank, by the way, he has to say this because she's sitting next to him probably. And she's like, she's like, oh, I'm keeping my wife. just kidding. If you, and this, to be very honest, like we're kidding here. About the wife changing wealth and so on. I mean, also most of us, if you have the right life partner, that is the best thing that you can ever have. Like someone that supports you on this journey, someone that really supports this, someone that also wants you to degen to wealth. What men really want, in my opinion, if you're a woman watching, I think that's also very important to know. What men really want is like a big green God candle in crypto, right? Big green God candle like this breakout God candle. This is what men want. And then card changing wealth. Like they want to go from Fiat Punto to Lamborghini Huracan or something like that, right? That is the second part. And then also nice house, family, kids, whatever, right? I think that is what men really want. Especially when they already have their life's partner. They do this because they want to make a life partner happy with big green God candle, right? This is what we want to see. So, and this is why we're here. And I think we are we're hitting the nail on the head with this. Yeah, she's definitely sitting next to him, as she commented. Exactly. He already has the knife in. She's actually now in control of the crypto, and oh, she hates crypto. But she's going to love crypto once the mega gains are coming in, right? Once the bull run is really on and you're showing her, oh look, this cat meme coin is 1000x now. Look at what I did with our money. Then she's going to love crypto. She's going to get like the Baby Doge whale shirt, if that's the coin, like the 100,000x coin or something like that. Once you're driving a Lambo and you're building a house and stuff like that, she's going to. I always loved crypto. She will have her hand out. Okay, okay. We're drifting off topic, but yeah. Before we're losing too many rare hodlers to occasionally overhearing, like. Probably after I said all of this, patient hodler is forbidden now in many households. We're going to go to the crypto market and look at what is going on. So it seems let's refresh this a little bit. It seems that some coins are still having a good time. So for example, Helium token has a good time. Ton is up a little bit. It's behind me here. You don't see it. But overall, like not too many coins that have actually good time. Also on the weekly, Helium is leading the charge with 18.3%, which is actually crazy. I did not expect that Helium would do all the crazy things. What's really down in the gutter is Beam, minus 20% here. Also, like the other ones are fine, like Link, -9, VeChain actually on the weekly only -7%. I say only because I have a bag, so I need to cope a little bit. But also, like you see that generally, like the whole altcoin thingy is down a little bit, like 10-15%, nothing too crazy. But on the month, we still see like many of these on the monthly, they're still green, like Sats 35%, Helium 80%, almost doubled over the last month, even though that we're in a corrective phase, which is crazy, right? Also, let's look at the top 200 on the daily. Top 200, PopCan down -10%, getting wrecked, Mock -7.7, and so on. FTT, I don't know who actually still buys this token, like the FTX token, right? 1 inch is down here on the weekly. Also, we see that. Look at this. While there are green coins in the top 100, there are almost no green coins except this Avail here that is almost 20% up. But the rest is just getting wrecked, right? Whereas on the monthly, you see that some like Superverse is up, Sun is up. Sun is up 210%. So congrats if you have this coin. But other than that, like most coins are more or less. BDX 26%, Avail 33%, which is. I have no idea what they actually do, but maybe we should bring back this little section where we look at one of the coins and actually look up what they do. But also that is more for the altcoin stream that we usually have, yeah, on the monthly also top 200 and so on, Velo up. So there are a couple of things that are pumping, but that is nothing like altcoin season or so. It's occasional pumps. Candy bar plot twist. She's allergic to candy bars. Oh my god. I bought the recent top of Sui. I'm down 20%. I mean, 20% is nothing, right? this is just a normal correction. 20% is nothing. I'll show you. I'll prove it to you that it's nothing. So here's the altcoin chart, right? So this is the others chart, is like everything except the top 10. So what are the top 10 is like BNB. I don't know if Chainlink is even in the top 10, but I think so. Ethereum, BNB, Solana, maybe Dogecoin, I don't know. Something like that is in the top 10. I keep forgetting because I don't look at it that much. But do you see this downwards channel? And we said that very likely we're going to revisit this lower end and this support, right? This is major support, and that actually we need to switch back to yellow, and so that we can see it actually. Okay, there we go. Let's get rid of these dots, keep the chart clean. So this altcoin correction has corrected 58%, almost 60% wrecked on the altcoins. Right now we're only down on the altcoins. We're only down 51%. So, and this coincides, this is normal bull market behavior, because Bitcoin goes down approximately 30%, which it has been going down. Altcoins get wrecked like harder. Like if Bitcoin bleeds, altcoins bleed harder, right? That's the rule. So what we see is that now we're 51% down in the corrective move. We have been hitting, or we are close to hitting the support. Obviously, we want to hold the support. Like there's no guarantee, but the next move is then probably to come back up again and try to break this, right? And this is the weekly chart, so this can take weeks, right? But if you had SUI, like if you're down 20% on SUI, look at everyone else is down 50% in average on altcoins. That means for the smaller caps, like some people are down 18 or 90% on the smallest caps, right? But this usually, this is just a pre-bull behavior, right? So you see these, I mean, it's a very long, stretched out correction that we have here. But you see these patterns like pre-bull. You see this also here, the pump starts. Then there is, in this one, there is a sideways phase where we have a corrective phase, right? And also, because of the market cap and the lengthening cycles, it has to be longer. But you see also how this mimics the last cycle. You see this here, right? This is this, right? Something like this. Breakout, consolidation, boom, right? So if we have this like breakout, consolidation, boom. Yeah, that is, you didn't see this, what I made here, but it's basically the same. Breakout, consolidation, or bull flag or whatever, and boom, right? That is the idea, going to at least to something like 2 trillion, 2.5 trillion or so for the others. The problem really starts because this is like major support. So you see the confluence here for this support, right? This, and this, right? So this is support that is as old as the last bull run. If we lose this support for the altcoins get completely wrecked, right? If we lose the support. This support, like, actually, we should put it a little bit more like this, right? This is the support, right? This is support range. With this as the decisive support that we have right now. But actually here on top of this would be the bigger support. Yeah, like this, like the middle line of this, right? This is the maximum that we could sustain. Losing another 25 million out of this market. Sorry, 25 billion, not 25 million, 25 billion outflow of the altcoin market. That would be the biggest downturn that we could sustain before we have this reversal on the altcoins. And also you see like TSI cross bearish here and don't get afraid. This is a weekly. That doesn't really matter. What is important is what is not so good is TSI here on this others chart is very close to crossing bearish, The stochastic RSI, as you can see here, is still on the downswing. So it's really, really, really time to find the bottom here and cross, right? For the altcoins. Otherwise you're you're starting. And there is one more option to lose. There's one more option to lose the support and stay still in a bullish pattern, but it would take us a year to recover. Is this, like if we would form something like this, right? So this would be like massive. This would be super massive. Like you come down here, like you lose 100 billion out of the market. You come up, break, and go on a massive rally. But look at this. If this happens, it's like November 26th, which should be our bear market, right? So I don't think that this is the chart pattern that is forming for now. But the breakout of this would be like just roughly the breakout would be, actually this logarithmic chart, you can't do it like this. Actually you can do it. It only not like this. You have to do it like this. The measured move cannot be on the logarithmic, otherwise you don't get a nice target. So you break out somewhere here. It would go to like 700 billion or so. That would be insane, right? So you are at, so this would be just a breakout, right? But it also wouldn't bring us to trillions. So we will see. But it already has 3 touch points, so technically it's a valid pattern. Nonetheless, I also want to quickly, as always, I promised it, so I do, look at the Ecomi and just look at it with all our crazy stuff, and we see that actually nothing is happening, which is the news. Nothing is happening. This is the 4 hour. It's not even worth looking at 4 hours, so let's look at the daily. So nothing's happening besides us going down a little bit and slightly trickling, bleeding. Also, let's get back to the weekly. Yeah, you see it. We're sitting at all-time lows, slightly green. Nothing has happened. No signal of strength, no signal of turnaround. The volume is going backwards, which is also not so nice. If we were to look at indicators, we have the RSI going in on a downswing on the weekly. We're not oversold. We're nowhere close to overbought. So actually, we cannot really come to any conclusions here for Ecomi with this chart. There's just nothing. We're in uncharted territory. So if we pull back up what we have, we're at this bottom of this wedge. We will see if the wedge plays out. We are waiting for whales to make a move like here. We are waiting for the whale to step in. We are waiting for a turnaround, breakout of this wedge pattern, take out the highs to show some strength. We are waiting for fundamentals also. For Stacker to actually burn. There are 122,000 OMI or so burned. That's not even... That's $50 or so, right? That's not nothing. Like this cannot move the needle, but it's also testing phase. So let's not get ahead of ourselves. But what we're waiting for is roadmap, exchanges, especially for the US, and catering to Web3 community, as well as for Stacker, to get massive burns and enable OMI to NFT for everyone. That is the goal, that is the objective here for us, and to decrease the 275 billion of OMI tokens, and then we might see a turnaround. Also, what does the stochastic say for OMI? Stochastic RSI. Actually, funny. Actually interesting. Where is the OMI? Actually interesting because there is a bull cross. There is a bull cross within the blue zone. It's threatening a fake out, but maybe, if this could sustain and we could actually have like something like this, then we might get some more positive momentum here on the OMIs on the weekly, right? Maybe 40 people here on Crypto Morning Coffee. What the actual heck is going on? Smash up the like button for this development. But also, if we could get the 40 likes, I don't know, someone check how many likes we actually have at the moment. because yeah, like you see, this should be counting up. Jaume Rodriguez Ruiz has just subscribed to the channel. Welcome to the fam. Thank you very much for being here. And let me know. So we want the 40 likes actually for this. So for Veve, let's get to the X. Let's get to the oh my god, that is not good. Every time the Trump appears, just slightly with face, I get a yellow monetizing mark, which means like, oh, this content could be bad for some advertisers also. So if the face of Trump appears, you instantly get wrecked as a content creator. But let's look at this here. So nice, I have this one. So a little bit of a Oswald fan stuff going on. Also, there's going to be an MCP reward that will be airdropped within 1 week after the craft opens, only to those collectors who successfully crafted the Happy Tree Friends, which is interesting mechanic, right? Burn some MCPs. I think they have to ramp this up as well. Yeah, good question. Like, there is New York Comic Con coming up. Big news for Veve, NYCC. Good question. Good question. We're checking it out as we go here right now. So the Happy Tree Friend thing coming on. Also, this Mysterio drop for Veve, it was only 3,000 comics, but it sold out because people were bullish on this. Actually, I was in a business on a business trip, so I couldn't participate, which I'm a little bit mad about. But okay, I wanted this comic. Like, I wanted the shot on the secret rare. Also, there's going to, let's not miss anything and go to, we support like the creators in this fam. So there's this Casey BMW, you should follow him. He has the most recent actual drop calendar. So actually not, the pinned one at least not. It's not crossed out yet, so maybe he has a delay. I wanted to promote him here, but anyways, he has this drop calendar. We can also look for ourselves. So this comic is done. There's a Happy Tree Friends drop with a reward and MCP mechanic, which is actually really good. 19 likes, 22 likes, 23, 24. What's up, guys? What is going on? We should have at least above 30 likes by now. So that is important. And yeah, so let's also check out the development in the Veve. So you have to see one thing. Like, Veve is all nice and fun and games, but unless the global doesn't influence Bitcoin, which influences the altcoins and so on, right? This is why we have to go always from the global down to the small and then into the Ecomi and Veve, right? So you have to see this. So you see here really the stuff, the users are climbing still for Veve, which is really good. Like, we have gained since the August 8th, so now we're almost a month. We have gained 200. What is that? Like 223. 220. No, actually, is that correct? 25. I can't count anymore, but something 200 something, like 220 and something users with only a small blip here. So the users, the wallets that have at least one collectible, they are going up slightly, but surely, which is good, right? This was a while ago. We were a little bit worried about the sideways trend with up and down and so on. Right now, new users, but then they came to D23. And at D23, the users were going up, and in the end, in the beginning, some people were suspecting, oh, this is just flippers, they bought the drops there, and now it's going to crash down. But no. Obviously, some flipper wallets, they just sold off, but overall, the wallets are, the non-zero wallets, they're climbing. They're climbing. Let's see here. Does it keep going from 24 to 25? We will see. The likes, I mean, you know, the likes, they're important for every YouTuber to just I mean, it's like that. You give a like, you basically say, hey, YouTube, I like this. Then YouTube says, the algo says, this guy liked, I have to show it to a couple of more people. So then a couple of more people click into the stream, they like what they see, they click the like ideally, and but many people, and I myself, I try to force myself, whenever I see something, watch some YouTube content creator, where I like the content, I have to remind myself to like. I mean, most people watch on full screen, then the video's over, they exit out and they go to the next, right? So YouTube has to find a way to make it more easier to really like the content if you like it, right? So it's very important for us, but also it is more difficult for you guys, right? So anyways, all my process, happy tree friends, lol. Yeah, exactly. The hours go by so fast whenever I watch your streams, PH. Thank you very much for that feedback. Actually, that is the stuff. This is the feedback that keeps me going, that keeps me motivated. Like getting up a couple of hours earlier than usual, right? Prepare, put hours into preparing the streams. So that really keeps me motivated, keeps me going, and I have a lot of fun with you guys as well. So I really appreciate it, Booth, and I'm glad that I have at least this impact on you guys. Green Lantern also here. Good morning, Marielle. By the way, do you see this badge on the side of Green Lantern's name? Like the golden badge? Like Green Lantern is subscribed for a long time already as a rare hodler. So late today, Freaky Friday. Hit the like. Will rewatch later, but present now. Thank you very much for that one. Very important, very important. Let's also see for Veve. Let's see a little bit what whales are doing on Veve, because that is always like is giving us a little bit the climate on what is actually going on. So for that, we're going to use this VVX tracker provided by Rootless Girl on X. So definitely important to follow her. I hope it loads. Sometimes sometimes it's a little bit broken. I mean, it's based on like whatever Google fact sheet or whatever. So maybe we cannot look at it. It seems that it's down, something like that. Today I want to promote people and it's like the stuff is just not there. So maybe we cannot look at this. Yeah, it seems like it. Let me see if I can refresh like the whole thing better. It looks like oh, there it is. It's coming in. It did load some data. Last update, no data, but it has some data now. Actually, no. It did load a couple of things, but it doesn't load everything, as it seems. Like it only loaded 2 wallets or something like that. Okay, it seems to be buggy. It seems to be bugged out. So no data for us today. But what we can do is we're looking for Veve just in general. What is going on with Veve in general? Oh yeah, I saw this. Actually, what we can do is we can go to Stacker instead and see the latest transactions on Stacker World. So we are not logged in, but that is not a problem. You can still see the latest transactions in Stacker World. And what I saw is that here, for almost $10,000, someone bought Spider-Man Miles Morales just recently. And also, we had 4 days ago and yesterday, I think yesterday, yesterday we had a partner statue sale also for more than $1,000. And then what they should change is this, because the problem is whenever there is like from the super scarce secret rare a sale and there's nothing else listed, then they're displaying the floor price of that other. This Daredevil comic did not go for $10,000. But the Miles Morales went for 8,800, for example, right? So it's difficult. Also, this one, this Secret Rare Fantastic Four, it seems that there are very few listings. So a lot of these comics that are very scarce, they are now appearing with like insane floor prices and distorting our vault values, right? So, but this is also where you find seller exhaustion at some point, right? So if the market turns around and people are not there to list their stuff, prices skyrocket really quickly. and it's a little bit bad because I feel bad for the ones that are looking to buy. For example, someone wants to buy this Fantastic Four number 2, but everyone is like AFK, it's not there, and they are not listing it, so the floor is on $10,000. So I wonder if someone new, like a new whale comes in, it's like, oh, Fantastic Four number 2, $10,000, that's reasonable, buys it from the market. Jasper Frank says, are you in the beta? I'm not in the beta. I think only people with Ecomi Secret Rare logo are in the beta. I only have the VV Gold logo, not the Secret Rare logo, so I'm not in the beta. But yeah, you should interview VFox. I actually did already. It's a long time ago. You find it on, there's a playlist on my channel from in the bull market, which is called Patient Hodler with Guests. And in that, I have a lot of the people. Like I made one stream with Hello K. I made one with Vivi Fox. I made one with Randy. I made a stream with Corey when he still was Vivi in 3, and Sleeping Comics and Giant Size Comics. So a huge collector, like comic collector stream, and I was more like a moderator because these guys were geeking out, nerding out on the stream. I think that was a cool one. So yeah, I think at some point I need to bring this back, but also many of these content creators, like many of the content creators that we had, they stopped putting out content. Daniel Lee said he is in beta. He posted it on X. So let's see if we can find him. I think he's like, his handle is like Asian Dan or something. Yeah, there you go. This one here. Thrilled to be part of the OMI to NFT beta test. Thank you, Veve Ecomi Stacker World. I don't know if he did it by Secret Rare logo, but maybe I should ask Dr. Profit if I can get beta access. I also didn't log in for a while, so I should do that. Also, here's another announcement, guys. Really important, really important. I will be flying to the US business-wise on Sunday. And this means that Crypto Morning Coffee cannot be at this hour for a week. Which sucks, but I will see if there's any chance to go live at any hour of the day, or I will put out some videos. In the meantime, I will try. I'll take my phone in the hotel room, and I will try to bring some crypto updates, some other updates for then. It's only the next week that is going to be like that. After that, we will be back, hopefully with Crypto Morning Coffee from wherever we are. But September is going to be a rough, bumpy ride because I have to travel like every week. Yesterday I was in Switzerland. Now I'm in Germany again. But on Sunday I will be flying out to California, right? So it is what it is, right? We have to go through this phase. I will try to bring as much as possible. But just don't run away. Don't run away. I'm just saying this right now so that you guys are aware. Everyone who's not here, problem of them, right? To find out the hard way. Troy Paris says, I did not know Asian Dan had a Secret Rare gold silver logo. He is in the original OG. I watched him first about VV content. I will be around LA, so around LA. I don't know. Some people already were like, "Hey, you need to come out visit." I can't. I'm like literally. There is like business trade show, then probably going to whatever, like dinner or something like that with colleagues and clients and whatnot. So it's really, I'm just letting you know, right? I mean, if there was a chance or something like that, I would take it to visit whoever is close by. I would, but it's like so tight schedule usually that you can't just take an Uber or even a longer ride to the outside. It's really, when you come to Cali, get to California Burrito. Just look up California Burrito near me when you're here. Yeah, this is exactly the point. Like, I would love to, But the problem is, if you're going by business, you just can't say, hey, I'm out, see you, do your own stuff, right? Dan doesn't have a logo, I think. Try to get an In-N-Out burger. Yeah, I heard about that In-N-Out burger. Is it good? Is it that good? I heard about this. Like, I've heard in Atlanta, I had some, yeah, more or less. When I was in Atlanta last month, I had some more or less good food. I had some good steak though. But yeah, I don't know. But I really like the recommendation, so let me know about all what you recommend. And but I have to really jump now. So thank you very much for everyone who's here on the Freak Friday. Smash up the like button. In-N-Out is very good. By the way, why do you have the name omeprazole? That's like an acid blocker. But you're recommending the food. But yeah. Anyways. I like it always fresh. I used to be a Cali thing. It used to be a Cali thing, but now they're in Texas too. Okay. I have no idea. Like my vision of the US is like I've been there once in Atlanta, and now I'm coming back. So I'm really gathering experience there. Laters, have a great Friday fun day. Absolutely, Friday fun, guys. And yeah, wherever you are, 20 milligram every day. You need to be careful with this. 20 milligram every day, because like if you, I had this as well. They gave me omeprazole. This is the last thing. And by the way, no medical advice. I'm not the doctor or whatever, but my experience from life. They gave me omeprazole for a while, and everything just got worse. And then I found out that I actually had the heartburn and everything because I had too little acid, and they even gave me something that made my acid disappear. And then, since I'm drinking like warm water with apple cider vinegar and stuff like that, it's perfect. It's fine. Like I had too little acid instead of too much, right? And they gave me this on top, so this was crazy. And when you have too little acid, you get the same symptoms as with too much acid, which is why the doctors have a hard time to find out. So sometimes it could be actually be getting better, depending on, like, to make a test. You can make a test. There's one way of testing if you have too little or too much. You should ask the doctor about this. But just as a hint, because some people, they are like taking omeprazole for years and they just don't get better. But usually your body should be able to produce their own. And sometimes people even have to take extra stomach acid, betaine HCl, in capsules to replace stomach acid, especially if you're older. Like the older you get, the less stomach acid you're producing. So this is also why elderly people have a hard time with meat and stuff like that. So they need to supplement acid, and they get the heartburn and everything. And then doctors put a omeprazole, a proton pump inhibitor, on top of it. It's actually crazy, but not medical advice. Just take it from me, from my experience, that you should ask your doctor about this. Hey, could it be that I have too little instead of too much? Stuff like that, right? Yes, there's prescribed in USA for everyone. Yeah, exactly. But like half of, especially like half of the younger people, they have too little. Instead, the older people have too little most of the time. But half of the younger also have too little, and then they get, they get prescribed this, and they just wreck their intestines because the pH, not me, but the pH value is very important to regulate your gut biome, right? Anyways, that's it. I hope this, this excursus helps anyone. Wherever you are